Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Justin with the Millennial Mixtape, and we're back again with another best theme song ever. Now today I'm going with one that was suggested quite a bit in my comments on Facebook, Cheers. So we're going to be taking a look at the theme song for Cheers, also known as Where Everybody Knows Your Name, to see if it is indeed the best theme song ever. Back after this.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got.
Hey, that was pretty nice. All right, cool. It made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I see why they liked it so much. All right, well, if this is your first time tuning into Best Theme Song Ever, let me tell you how it works. Every week, I will look at a different TV show theme song. I will analyze the premise of the show, as well as history of the theme song, anything I can find from research I've done in interviews and videos, things like that. Then I will grade the theme song on 4 criteria, including earworm-ability, or the song's ability to be an earworm, intentionality of lyrics, how well do the lyrics tell us what the premise of the show is, title sequence, and timeliness of the song, or how well does the song fit into the soundscape of what was going on around it on charts and on the radio. If you would like more information on my criteria for grading, I do have a rubric linked right there below the like button. You can click on that and see what constitutes a perfect score. Now again, the only theme song we've had so far with a perfect score is A Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So let's see if Where Everybody Knows Your Name also has the perfect score. Up first, premise.
How come Black's 17 now? Oh, well, 17 is because Vera and I were married on the 17th. Oh. And Black is because Vera and I were married on the 17th.
So the show premiered on NBC on September 30th, 1982, and ran all the way until May 20th, 1993. Now that is a staggeringly long time for a television show to be on the air, and that's coming from someone whose favorite show is The Simpsons, which I think we're on season 56 now, I don't know. Surprisingly, with the amount of time that the show was on, there is not a concise premise or synopsis of the show. So I had to kind of piece things together from IMDb. So here's what IMDb says the premise of Cheers is. Cheers is a bar in Boston owned by Sam Malone, a former Boston Red Sox pitcher whose drinking problem ended his career. Helping Sam in the bar is Ernie Pantuso, whom he refers to as Coach, and Carla, a tough waitress. Amongst the regulars are Norm, an accountant who spends most of his time at Cheers to avoid his wife, Vera, and Cliff, a mailman whose conceitedness annoys everyone. Sam is also a womanizer who thinks that there isn't a woman he can't have. He hires smart, uptight, and jilted Diane Chambers as a server out of sympathy, but their attraction causes constant bickering. Ooh. Additional bar staff and regulars are added throughout the seasons, including Woody Boyd, Dr. Fraser Crane, and Rebecca Howe. The regular patrons are largely a bunch of self-identified losers who bond because of their shared place in life and because Cheers is their home away from home. So a couple of things I found out in doing my research. Full disclosure, I didn't watch Cheers. I did watch Frasier a lot, but not Cheers. But that's neither here nor there. Cheers became one of the most popular TV series during its run, and in 2013, the Writers Guild of America named it the 8th best written TV series of all time, and TV Guide ranked it as number 11 on their list of 60 greatest shows. So it's clearly a popular show. It was enough to spin off Frasier, and then from Frasier you got Wings, so it was a spinoff of a spinoff, so clearly a very popular show. It's on Netflix. Watch it, I guess. I need to do the same. I'm still trying to catch up on Golden Girls, but anyway, let's talk history of the song.
There's no such thing as a former patient. I think you'll find that once you've been a patient of mine, I'm always there when you... Oh, great. I'll bet this is important.
So in 1982, Gary Portnoy and his co-writer Judy Hart-Angelo were approached by the producers of Cheers to write a theme song based on the producer's fondness for People Like Us, a song in the Broadway show Preppies. According to Portnoy in an interview with Uproxx, it took them a few months and 4 different versions of the song to finally capture that Cheers gold that we all know and love. Portnoy has stated that he considers himself lucky that a song he loved so much has become so popular. Boy, this would be rough if he hated that song. Apparently there was some bickering behind the scenes by NBC execs over who would sing the song before they ultimately decided on Gary Portnoy to sing it, and man, what a good decision that was. I don't know where we would be without that silky smooth, buttery, yacht rock, soft poppiness that is Gary Portnoy's vocals on this song. Now the article doesn't mention who else was in the running to sing the song, but for me, it's either Gary's voice or Christopher Cross or no one, right?
Sailing
He's also said in that same interview that he could no longer write TV show theme songs because they're all 10 to 15 seconds long. Better Call Saul, we got some shots fired coming your way. He says that he tries to write songs and not snippets of songs. That's fair, I guess. All right, so that takes us to our first criteria, earworm-ability.
All right, now you beat me fair and square, so all right, let me buy you a beer. There.
Now, I think this song is definitely an earworm. You hear those piano chords, bum, ba-da-da-da-dum-dum, and it's instantly recognizable as Cheers. As a kid, those chords were my signal to go to bed. Still recognize it today and get a little sleepy. The lyrics are mostly easy to catch on to. They're written in an A, B, C, B, D rhyming structure. It's totally relatable concepts around things like just not going right and leaning on your friends to get through it. This was basically the Friends theme song before Friends was ever a thing. So for earworm-ability, I'm going to give Where Everybody Knows Your Name a 4. All right, our next criteria, intentionality of lyrics.
No fun looking for work, Sammy.
You going out on interviews?
3 today. My resume, right? Last guy I show it to reads it, laughs in my face.
Why would he do something like that?
So the show is about booze hounds, no judgment, gathering in a bar nightly to commiserate and bond. I think the lyrics nail that. The sense of God help me hopelessness that comes along with that lifestyle. So you've got a guy who's hiding in the bar to keep away from his wife and his home life. You've got a couple of know-it-alls. You've got a lot of misogyny. The 80s, right? So the introductory stanza sets up this premise perfectly, and I am not going to sing it to you. I got comments on that from people that know me, so I will not sing it to you, but making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Then you've got that gorgeous yacht rock, easy listening refrain, Where Everybody Knows Your Name, and they're always glad you came. I mean, it's just pitch perfect. The bond here is real, you guys, it's real, and it's loaded up on hops. I'm going to give intentionality of lyrics a 4 out of 4. All right, our third criteria, title sequence.
Is this your office?
No. I'm far out of your price range. This is the number of a promising graduate student. You could put him on the map.
Again, full disclosure, I think the title sequence is gorgeous. I think the old-timey pictures of old-timey booze hounds doing old-timey booze hound things is great. It lends itself very well to the lyrics of the song, but to me, that sequence doesn't really capture what the show has to offer. I get a good sense of it, but it feels like someone who isn't already familiar with the concept of the show would maybe pass on it, especially if it was something that was coming on today. Is it a historical show, right? Is this Outlander? Is there a Sassenach? Is there alcohol involved? Definitely. Is there a bar involved? Probably. But what else am I in for? I don't really know just based on the title sequence. So for title sequence, I'm gonna give it a 3, which is respectable, very respectable. And now our last criteria, timeliness of the song.
I wonder what I should do.
About what?
You have kind of a short attention span, don't you?
So Cheers premiered on September 30th, 1982. The #1 song at that time was Abracadabra by the Steve Miller Band. I have never heard that song until I was preparing for this video. I know Fly Like an Eagle, I know The Joker, and I hate both of those Jokers. I don't like anything that Steve Miller Band has put out. I don't like Abracadabra. So this week I'm actually going to kind of branch out and look at the songs that sandwich Abracadabra. So because I dislike Steve Miller so much, we're gonna look at Jack and Diane by John Cougar, which is America's favorite lesbian aunt, and Hard to Say I'm Sorry by Chicago. When you've got the seductive, sultry tones of Peter Cetera and the Americana songwriting prowess of John Cougar, it's hard to keep Where Everybody Knows Your Name on that same plane. To me, this song is more of a yacht rock song, which had mostly faded by that point in the radioscape. So due to that, there's less of a timelessness about this song, even though it's still very enjoyable. I feel like even by that point, by 1982, yacht rock was something people had mostly forgotten about and would continue to do so until the Yacht Rock web series came out on YouTube. So for timelessness, I'm going to give it a 3. It doesn't completely fit in with what's going on around it to give us a sense of that time period, but that's not a bad thing. It's just not as timeless as it could be to get it a 4. All right, so we've rated the song. We're coming into the final score. Our scores so far are a 4, a 4, a 3, and a 3. We add that up and average it out. That gives us an...
You disgust me. I hate you.
Are you as turned on as I am?
More.
87.5, rounded up to an 88, and that is a solid B. Where Everybody Knows Your Name has performed pretty well. That is a really good score. Solid B for Where Everybody Knows Your Name. Nothing to scoff at. All right, so that's going to do it for this week's episode of Best Theme Song Ever. Again, I'm Justin with the Millennial Mixtape. If you enjoyed today's content, go ahead and like the video, but if you loved it, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified of every new Best Theme Song Ever that I put out. Again, these are dropped weekly. Go ahead and drop your suggestion for another episode of Best Theme Song Ever in the comments. I will be sure to add it to the list. With that, over here is another video that you would be interested in. Go ahead and give that a click, and I will see you next time. Until then, stay safe, stay well.